Hi guys, welcome to another audio video, and I'll be reading 2 Chronicles 31 of the King James Version Bible. And it reads, Now when all this was finished, all Israel that were present went out to the cities of Judah and brake the images in pieces and cut down the groves and threw down the high places and the altars out of all Judah and Benjamin, in Ephraim also and Manasseh, until they had utterly destroyed them all. Then all the children of Israel returned, every man to his possession, into their own cities. And Hezekiah appointed the courses of the priests and the Levites after their courses, every man according to his service, the priests and Levites for burnt offerings and for peace offerings, to minister and to give thanks and to praise in the gates of the tents of the Lord. He appointed also the king's portion of his substance for the burnt offerings, to wit, for the morning and evening burnt offerings, and the burnt offerings for the Sabbaths, and for the new moons, and for the set feasts, as it is written in the law of the Lord. Moreover, he commanded the people that dwelt in Jerusalem to give the portion of the priests and the Levites, that they might be encouraged in the law of the Lord. And as soon as the commandment came abroad, the children of Israel brought in abundance the first fruits of corn, wine, and oil, and honey, and of all the increase of the field, and the tithe of all things brought they in abundantly. And concerning the children of Israel and Judah that dwelt in the cities of Judah, they also brought in the tithe of oxen and sheep, and the tithe of all the things which were consecrated unto the Lord their God, and laid them by heaps. In the 3rd month they began to lay the foundation of the heaps, and finished them in the 7th month. And when Hezekiah and the princes came and saw the heaps, they blessed the Lord and his people Israel. Then Hezekiah questioned with the priests and the Levites concerning the heaps. And Zechariah, the chief priest of the house of Zadok, answered him and said, Since the people began to bring the offerings into the house of the Lord, we have had enough to eat, and have left plenty, for the Lord hath blessed his people, and that which is left is this great store. Then Hezekiah commanded to prepare chambers in the house of the Lord, and they prepared them, and brought in the offerings and the tithes and the dedicated things faithfully, over which Cononiah the Levite was ruler, and Shimei his brother was the next, and Jeiel and Azaziah, and Nathan and Asahel, and Jeremoth, and Jezabad, and Jeliel, and Ishmachiah, and Maath, and Benaiah were overseers under the hand of Cononiah and Shimei his brother, at the commandment of Hezekiah the king, and Azariah the ruler of the house of God. And Korah the son of Imnah, the Levite, the porter toward the east, was over the freewill offering of God, to distribute the oblations of the Lord and the most holy things. Next him were Eden and Meneamin and Jeshua and Shemaiah, Amariah and Shechaniah, in the cities of the priests, in their set office, to give to their brethren by courses, as well to the great as to the small, beside their genealogy of males from 3 years old and upward, even unto every one that entereth into the house of the Lord, his daily portion for their service in their charges according to their courses, both to the genealogy of the priests by the house of their fathers, and the Levites from 20 years old and upward in their charges by their courses, and to the genealogy of all their little ones, their wives, and their sons, and their daughters, through all the congregation, for in their set office they sanctified themselves in holiness also of the sons of Aaron the priests, which were in the fields and of the suburbs of their cities, in every several city, the men that were expressed by name, to give portions to all the males among the priests, and to all that were reckoned by genealogies among the Levites. And thus did Hezekiah throughout all Judah, and wrought that which was good, and right, and truth, before the Lord his God, and in every work that he began in the service of the house of God, and in the law, and in the commandments to seek his God, he did it with all his heart, and prospered. Alright, guys, so here we see, yet again, Hezekiah is going in depth to tell you about Hezekiah and all that Hezekiah did, King Hezekiah did. King Hezekiah truly loved the Lord. From what I'm seeing here, the scriptures didn't have to tell me that he truly loved the Lord. In the fact that he said that he did everything that he did in observing the commandments of the Lord, his services, Lord's, his laws, and to seek God with all his heart. That shows me. And all the things that he did, his actions that he demonstrated, actually confirmed that he loved the Lord. We see where the Lord, bless Israel and for all that has been happening, because they've been serving the Lord. And here we see that they're blessed, the fact that they brought in tithes to the Levites and the priests, and even when they bring in and they use, they still have a lot left over. That just shows the blessing of the Lord that remains with you, that is with you when you actually serve the Lord and do according to his will. And I know at times it may not seem like a lot, but trust me, it's a blessing. I mean, every time I sit to eat like a sweet that I know that is not something that everybody can have, you know, like I love York candies, and I know that not everybody is accessible to it where I'm from. I mean, you can go to the supermarket. I mean, you go to the supermarket at times, you do not see based on the supermarket that you go to, based on the location. And so I know that it is a privilege for me to have something that I really love at hand, that I can freely take. And that was because I was blessed, because God has blessed my uncle to actually buy them for me. And God has actually blessed the shipper to bring them to me at an affordable rate. Okay? And guys, I mean, that's a blessing in and of itself. And I mean, it may not seem like a blessing to a lot of people, but let me tell you this, I'm thankful for everything God does for me. And I know that nothing that I get is because I tried to get it or because I worked so hard to acquire it. I know that it's all because of the Lord. It's all because of the Lord and because of his grace and his mercy. And let me tell you, if I'm supposed to lose my job tomorrow, I trust the Lord to take care of me. If I'm supposed to fall ill tomorrow and it's a disease that nobody knows about, and so it cannot be cured or anything, I know that the Lord can deliver me. I know he can heal me, because I know what God can do. And he does not give us more than we can bear. Right? And here we see where he blesses the children of Israel so that they basically bring into the priests, and the priests cannot manage the amount that they have brought. It's just too much because the blessing is overflowing. You know, we sing and we say we want the Lord to fill our cups, fill it up, fill it up, and let it overflow. But we're not really working towards that. I mean, we say we want it, but we're not really working towards that at times. And so I'm asking you to just search yourself. If you see where you're not getting blessings, just search yourself. And I mean, if you see that you're not being blessed and you're actually doing according to the will of God, then it's just a season for you to go through, and it will pass. This too shall pass. But if it is that you go and you examine yourself and you assess yourself and you see that, okay, I'm not blessed and I'm not doing this according to God's will, so I know this is what I need to change. Then go and realign yourself and come back. The blessings will flow. Okay? Alright, guys, so I'm gonna leave you right there. Please remember to continue to walk in your salvation. And if you've not yet gained it, seek it. There's no better time to begin than the present. Have yourselves a blessed day. Bye.